Hey everyone, hope you guys are having a happy crafty week. As you can see, my desk is empty other than a mat. And I'll tell you why. Here's what I've been up to this week. I took, oh, see, I should have been prepared. Hold on, 2 seconds. Let me grab it. Okay. I bought these watercolor books from Michael's on Black Friday. They had a sale that was crazy. It was like buy one, get 3 free or something like that. Anywho, I wasn't really paying attention when I bought this watercolor paper, and I'm still learning, and I don't know like what the differences are, but the one thing I have learned is that I'm not very fond of this when it comes to coloring, only because, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. And I use this one just strictly for my, like, testing my spritzes to see how they sprayed and what the colors were. But, yeah, you guys can't really see it. Anyway, the paper itself is pretty textured. So when I color, there's, like, little divots and things like that, and that just wasn't working for me. So I thought to myself, I have 10 of them. What can I do with them? So I took the back cover, which, as you can see, is maybe, kind of, sort of, is really thick. It's like board. Extremely thick. I cut it in half, took the pages out of one book, which is 12 sheets, cut them in half, and created myself a little book. So, for those of you who have always wanted to see what my little ones look like, you're going to see what they look like when they were really, really, really little. So here's the cover, and I just took, I think I got these from Tuesday morning, possibly, a while ago. This was a long time ago. And they're the 7 Gypsy rings. I took my Tim Holtz puncher, this guy, and used it to punch. And for the thicker piece, I punched all my pages first, and then I used that as a template, and then I used my crocodile, and I punched through, because that won't, the Tim Holtz thing is too thin. So I haven't done my cover yet, but I've been playing like crazy. So I've been watching everyone do art journals, and I don't draw, so I thought, well, I'll just let my babies be my pictures. Now, this book is going to be strictly just like Jonah and Scarlett, only because I don't have a lot of baby photos of my older girls, and unfortunately neither does my husband. So, I did a lot of spraying. I used some cheesecloth. I used a lot of wooden pieces that I got when I went to the Scrapbook Expo. Some mesh bling and cork pieces. But that's my son, Jonah, and my little daughter, Scarlett. When she was about 2 months in that photo, he wasn't quite sure how to hold her. So I just thought it was cute. But it says, so cute and happy. And I've just been having a ton of fun just playing. That's my little Scarlett. Let me see if I can lay it. Oh, no glare, no glare. She used to make the cutest faces when she would smile at you. Like she wasn't really sure if she wanted to smile at you. I added a little bit of lace. And I really wish I knew where I got everything from. Like I know I got this from the expo, but I don't know what the stores were called. And I didn't think to take any business cards or anything like that, so I didn't. Yeah, oops. I know that this mesh right here in the back, oh, maybe if I show you guys instead of looking at it myself, this right here, I got this from a thrift store. It was a huge, like tablecloth, I think, and it had flowers and roses on it, and this was like the in-between pieces, the connector pieces, and I didn't want to throw it away, so I used it. And I got sequins when I was at the, I think the store was called Want to Scrap, but I'm not sure. But I got sequins from them, and I know those are Heidi Swap sequins. Some wood chip butterflies that I got, flowers, this spells out laugh. And we used to call this her bitter beer face. I don't know if anybody remembers those commercials. I can't remember if it I honestly can't even remember who made the commercials. But it used to be the guy whose bottom lip would like puff out really big because the beer was bitter or something. We used to call that her bitter beer face. That's literally how she looked when I gave birth to her. She had a bitter beer face. But it was really cute. She was eating my bandana, so I just put it on her head, and she let me play with her hair, what little she had. This is actually one of the napkins that I bought from, this is also Tuesday morning. And just little stickers, and I mean, I've had all this stuff for so long, and I've been meaning to do, like, layouts, and, you know, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 albums over there that I'm probably never honestly going to use, because I don't know how to do, like, I can't say don't know how, I've never attempted to make the really big layouts. These ones work perfect for me, and I think the size, if I remember correctly, is 9.5 by 6. Yeah, they're 9 by 12, so it's 9 by 6 is what it is. And then this one here, this is her second Halloween. And I made this flower. I took a ribbon piece and I folded it in half and I stitched it together, which that's as far as I go on sewing. I don't know how to do anything else yet. I'm waiting for my mom to get out here to kind of patiently teach me. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you guys what I was up to. And this was her inner actual Halloween suit. She wanted to be a ladybug. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun. This is what I've been doing all week. Just playing, because I don't know. I think up to this point I've done nothing but sprays. Between Lindy's Stamp Gang and the Prima Color Blooms. This was her first Christmas. Not her first, I'm sorry, her second Christmas. In Vegas, there is a place called Opportunity Village, and we used to go there every year with our children and take them up there, and she just had so much fun. This was the first time she was able to, like, actually walk around and touch things, and she wanted to take everything home. She really loved the Cinderella car behind her and told me that she wanted it because she was Cinderella. That was her plan. And there's my little Scarlet again. Now, this picture here is really funny because I did not do all that. Those are all bows and hair clips, and her brother did that to her. I put a headband on her, and he just started clipping pieces all over her. It was so cute. And then this picture here, oh, I'm stuck to my mat. Oop, just kidding. This one here, we bought one of those cardboard houses that the kids can color up. And she colored more of her than she did the house, of course. And here's actually where I started getting into my acrylic paints and I started painting, which I've never done that before. I don't know if you guys can tell. Oops. But that was a lot of fun. I've never actually just stuck, you know, acrylic paint down, you know, blobbed it on. But I've been watching Becky from Aunt Beck's Creations and Josie. And I love watching them do this. And it just, to me, I look at it and I'm like, oh, but it looks so messy. And then this happens. And I'm like, oh, but I so totally love that. And this picture down here, I was at work and my sister-in-law was watching her. And she decided that she needed eyeliner. So she kind of reminds me of Kiss right there. I don't know who because I don't know that much about Kiss. But that's what I think of when I see that photo. And it just, she was so proud of herself. And there's my son, and that's my husband. Oh, right here. That's my husband. And that's our little boy. He's not so little anymore. It used to be so funny. I would pinch his cheek. Right here. And this would be the smile that he would give me. Constantly. But I did more painting on him, and, you know, I couldn't really embellish as much like with hers, with the flowers and the lace and the... This is actually the photo that we used for his announcements. I just absolutely love it. He was sticking his tongue out at me. But, yep, that's as far as I've gotten so far. And this has kicked me into overdrive to, okay, I really want a scrapbook, but I'm not confident in scrapbook layouts and things like that. And so, like I said, I've been watching everyone doing, like, art journaling, and everybody's drawing, and all sorts of craziness, and I can draw you a really cool stick figure. It's about as good as that goes. So I didn't want to do that. So I took my pictures and threw them into my art. So I don't know if it's still technically an art journal or not. I don't know. And then I'm going to do a little haul video with you guys, only because I'm really proud of myself. These are the Project Life by Becky Higgins. And Miss Carol from One Happy Crafty Chick. Carol, I love you. But I need you to come to my house and show me how you do this, because I lucked out and I think I got an awesome sale. And I'm sorry guys, there's going to be a huge, oh, that's a bad glare. Okay. I'm going to hold that. No, maybe. Kind of, sort of. Okay. Today is November 1st. It's Saturday. Technically the 2nd, Sunday, but it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't know when Michael's ad ends. I don't know if it ends on Saturday or if it ends on Sunday. But Saturday, they had all Becky Higgins Project Life was 40% off. Well, then Joann's had 25% off on all items, including sale price. So I paid $11.99 for the album itself, plus I got an additional 25% off. Well, then I bought 2 of these guys because I didn't know what pages I wanted, so I'm very random, and I like, differences. So I chose the one that has the 6 different pages, and there's 10 in each, and I don't know if you guys will be able to see like the different pages that it has. Now these are $29.99, and I bought 2 of them, and I got them for $17.99 plus the additional 25% off. Now, from what I read on my receipt, I got an additional $4.50 off each one. So I thought that was a really, really good buy. I hope. So I got those, and then I also got the Project Life Happy Edition, which I thought was incredibly cute. And I wish they had like a way to show you guys everything in it, because I went through it all, of course, because I can't bring something home and not look at it. But it was just such a cute collection. So I'll just show you the top pieces. If anyone wants me to do like a complete like flip through, let me know, and I will be more than glad to share that with you and show you guys every single card in here, because I already did that with my mom earlier. But that is the Happy Edition. Again, I got it for, it was $29.99 originally. I got it for the 40% off, which put it at the $17.99 plus the additional 25% off. So I bought all of this, and here's, oh, just kidding. See, this is why I shouldn't open stuff. This is, let me throw that in there, the Kiwi edition. Which this one is like my favorite right now. There's a ton of good sayings in there. This one right here off the top of the bat is an Albert Einstein quote. This is my favorite card right now because I say it all the time, and not that you guys can read that, but I constantly say, I know, right? So that card right there says my famous saying. Life is always better with a smile. This card right here is another good one. It's something along the lines of every day may not be a good day, but there's something good in every day, and I loved that. So I got 2 different kits. 2 different, not 2 different because I bought 2 of the exact same one, but 2 things, 2 of the page protectors. Oh, see, I got to start learning the lingo on this stuff. The photo pocket pages, or I could just learn how to read. I got 2 of these, and I got the album. And I paid $68 for all of it. So, I think I did good. Let me know. I don't know. I felt pretty good when I walked out. It was really funny because the lady was telling Jason, my husband, she's like, I bow down to this one. She's a coupon guru. And I'm like, really? I am? Kind of proud of myself right now. Thank you. I didn't know what to say to that. So, I walked out feeling very proud of myself because she seemed very impressed at the fact that I just bought what I bought for whatever price I paid for. So, this is what we're working on. Let me bring in Project C. And because I've been dying to get my hands onto this all week. And I know I said I was going to try to get in here earlier, but I ended up babysitting our little buddy. And I love him to pieces, but he's one of those that, like, you got to stay on top of him. So I hardly spent any time in my office until he went home. And by the time he went home, my other kids came home and, you know. So, this is a canvas that I gave you guys a sneak peek to last week. Wrong way. It wouldn't be in my video if I didn't do it wrong. There we go. Kind of hope you guys can see the colors in there. Like I said, there's purple and blues, and I think I threw a little bit of greens in there. Not much. Just a hint. And then here's where I got really colorful with it. I did blues and greens and purples and golds and yellow. I couldn't tell you what all I threw on here. I don't remember. It apparently has been too long since I have talked to all of you. So, am I doing anything else with this? I have to think about this for a minute. I don't think so. And I'm so totally unprepared because I was so excited to show you guys everything else that I bought and started creating. Where did I put... Oh boy. It's going to be one of those nights. Can you guys tell? So I have to say I was very impressed with my neighborhood because this is the first time, obviously, that we've done Halloween out here. My family and I moved to Arizona in July, very beginning of July. And, you know, we know some of our neighbors, but we don't know, you know, not being born and raised out here, you don't know the city as well as you think you do. And I can tell you right now, it is nothing like Vegas because we went to our friend's house to do trick-or-treating. And we felt bad about, you know, not being home for the neighborhood kids and things. Because, you know, a lot of these kids go to the school with my kids. And Jason was a little worried that someone was going to egg our house or something. So he decided to take a chair and set it outside in our front yard. And not at our front yard, but at our door. And left our porch light on. And he tried to very politely write a note stating that, you know, we are out trick-or-treating with our family as well. Please only take one. And I was a little upset. I'm not going to lie. I told my husband, I'm like, this is not a good idea. Some kid is going to walk up to the door, and as soon as they see that sign, they're going to dump the whole bowl, and they're going to walk away, and then our house is going to get egged because we have a porch light on, and we have an empty bowl, and kids are going to get upset. So, yeah, we went, and we were gone for about 2 hours, and we came home, and about half my bowl was still sitting there. No harm done to the house. And I just walked up, and I'm like, are you sure? Did they poison the rest of the candy? Like, what? I don't understand is Ashton going to jump out and go, haha, just kidding? Because I'm very confused right now. My candy is still sitting there. And I kept asking my husband, I'm like, are you sure that, like, some of the candy is gone? Because I didn't dump the candy in there. He did. And he's like, no, babe, I swear, I put candy in there, and it was filled up to the brim, and now it's not filled up to the brim. So, yeah, they came by and they took candy, and I'm like, I don't know if I believe you. Are you really, really sure? He's like, yeah, sure, I'm 100% positive. And I'm like, okay, I'm just saying this is very weird. So, I got to give the kids in my neighborhood kudos because apparently they, out of respect, understood that we were walking with our kids too, and I still have half a bowl of candy. So I was very impressed by that because, like I said, we did that once out in Vegas, and, like, I'm shocked they didn't take the bowl, What am I looking for? I just glued down my frame with E6000, which you would have thought that I would have done that a week ago when I showed you the frame. Yeah, I don't have the memory for that, apparently. So, I completely forgot, and I just realized now that, yeah, it wasn't attached. So I'm going to attach it now. It takes a while for the E6000 to actually like dry. If I remember right, it's like a 24-hour period, but because I'm not moving it and I'm not doing anything to it, I'm just going to set something heavy on it. I put a book underneath my canvas because it caves in. So I put a book under my canvas to kind of make it more sturdy. Put something heavy on it, and while that's drying, I'm going to look for the stuff that I'm going to add to my lovely canvas here. Because we all know what it's like to get crazy with a canvas. Okay. So I have some beads here. Move this stuff out of the way. Move my remote out of the way, possibly. Okay. Poor little Scarlet, man. She's like, she's dying. She's got leg cramps again. Just when I think we're over them, they come back. Are you leaking? Like, what's happening here? I don't know who came up with children's Tylenol, but thank goodness for you, man. Or woman, because it saves my kids' lives, I tell you what. I just get so paranoid about giving them that, because, you know, you hear all those scary stories about liver failure and all that stuff. And my kids are so tiny that I always give them a lower dose anyway, because they don't meet the weight requirement. Because, I'll be honest, my kids are tiny, tiny, tiny. And I mean tiny. Like, my son is 6 years old, and I think the last time we weighed him, he was 42 pounds. They're just tiny. Just little. Scarlett's, you know, 4. She's going to be 5 here pretty soon, and I think she's just barely hitting the 30-pound mark. And they weren't premature or anything, because that's like the #1 question I get. Did you have them premature? I'm like, nope. Jonah was born right on D-Day, and Scarlett was born 4 days early. We're all very little in my family. I guess that's what it is. I don't know. But Jonah's growing pains are slowing down, which is a good thing. Oh, and I just totally made my hands sticky. Yeah. And, oh, totally lost my train of thought there. I was going somewhere with that. I'm sure when I watch my video, I'm going to go, ugh, really? You couldn't remember what you were saying right there? I do that a lot. Again, I've told everyone from the beginning, my very first video, that I wasn't going to edit. It was all going to be real time. Y'all are just going to get me. And so far, so good. Everyone seems to be enjoying themselves. I love it when you guys come hang out with me and join my craziness, because it's awfully lonely when you're all by yourself. What am I looking for? I'm apparently looking for something specific, and I can't think of what it is. Maybe it's in here? Oh, maybe it's these. I have some metals there. Let me move my... I am a drinkaholic. I have like a coffee cup and a Pepsi cup. And okay, so more metals in here. Okay. So I'll play with that stuff. And, oh, my flower. Where'd you go? Don't do it. Oh. You know what's worse than anything? Dropping one of these and having everything fly on the floor? Absolutely nothing. That's like the worst thing. I hate that. Okay, those are not the flowers that I'm looking for. Where are my flowers? There they are. Okay, and you know what? I actually need a blue one, because that would make sense. A blue flower on this one would make sense, would it not? It would, I think. Okay. So, what's been going on this week? Is anything going on this week? I don't think so. It's been pretty quiet. Pretty quiet. I would like to say. I could be completely wrong. But I've just been having fun sitting back and watching everybody else's videos. And, Josie, if you're watching, sweetheart, I loved your last video. I was cracking up. Josie was doing an art journaling page Again, of course, because, you know, I'm telling you, this is why I get hooked on this stuff. You guys tell me to do it, and I try it. But, Josie was doing an art journaling page, and she's like, you know, don't be upset because I'm not that good, and I thought it turned out beautiful. I loved it. It kind of reminded me of Pippi Longstocking, and I tried telling her that, but I didn't know how to spell it. Don't judge. I don't. Apparently, Pippi Longstocking was before my time, and I would have to agree because I don't remember ever watching that show. I'm not going to lie. I know of her. I don't, you know the show or anything like that, but... Oh, okay. I'm attempting to grab my gesso. It's not working in my favor. Oh, alright. That was a little complicated. Okay, so... Am I in frame? I don't know where I am today. It's been a very, I don't even know. I feel very, like, off. Does that make sense? I feel very off today. I know it's because I haven't been feeling too good today, because physically I'm kind of worn down from last night from trying to walk, 50 miles an hour because my kids are running all... Not that I'm blaming my kids, but my kids get very excited and they run to, like, the next house, and I'm like, wait, you can't go without me. They're like, oh, come on, Mom. You can't leave me. You have to wait for me. And it was so funny. There was, like, thank goodness, like, I'm a friendly person, and I totally, don't care because I'm a mom and I get it. But there was this little girl, like, following Jason and I, and she's walking along and just chit-chatting, and, I'm a stickler when it comes to manners. It drives me crazy when people don't use manners. And, so, I would constantly remind Jonah and Scarlett and my girls, you have to say, trick or treat, thank you, and then you walk away. And Scarlett was constantly getting compliments. She was, Little Miss Ariel last night. And, constantly getting compliments on her costume, and I was like, Scarlett, you have to say thank you. She's like, oh yeah, I forgot. Thank you. She's like running on, I'm moving on to the next house, Mom, I'm done here. And this little girl was like following behind us. And I'm obviously her mom wasn't too far behind, but she was talking to somebody she was walking with, and she apparently didn't realize that her daughter was no longer walking with her. She was walking with us. And we all walk up to the door, and I'm like, okay, everybody say thank you. And this little girl's like, oh yeah, I forgot. And she ran back up, and she's like, thank you. And she's running behind me going, wait for me. And I'm going, why? What happened? Are you lost? And all of a sudden I hear her mom screaming out of nowhere, Caitlin, you're with the wrong mom. And I'm going, oh my goodness. Seriously? So I was, I kind of stuck with her until her mom came over, and she, reconnected back with her mom, and I was like, I have no problem walking with kids that, if their parents didn't come out with them, I have no problem, like, acting like I know them and keeping them safe, you know what I mean? Going up to a stranger's house, but I don't understand how people do that. I panic when I don't see my children in the dark. I freak out. Where are you? Scarlett fell asleep on the arm of the couch the other day. About panicked because it's pitch black in my house. I can't see her. I still have furniture all over the place in my house because we're waiting for the people who, fix your baseboards and drywall or whatever from the flood that happened, a week and a half ago. We haven't been contacted. I don't know what's going on. So my oh so nice and lovely realtor guy who doesn't know what a hobby is going to get a very lovely phone call from me. I will play nice. I will be nice. It's like my husband's biggest worry. Don't you be mean. I'm like, I'm not going to be mean. Not unless he gives me a reason to be. I will play nice. I will be good girl. Do not worry. So I need to call him and find out what is going on. I need to find out what the game plan is for the termites that I apparently have all over my house, because they came up through my floorboard in my bedroom and ate one of my shoes. So that's been fun. I'm really beginning to believe that this house is like, I don't even know. It was such a quick move when we moved out here. Like, we didn't even see the house before we moved out here. We sent Jason's dad out here because Jason's dad lives like 15 minutes away. And we sent him to come over and do the house inspection and make sure everything was okay because we weren't here yet. And his dad did like the house inspection on like the 1st of July, and we were out here by the 3rd, signing the contract. I mean, we had been up for 30 plus hours straight. We drove from Vegas out to here. It was a nightmare. I'm just glad we're here, and I'm glad we're all alive, because that was buku insane. I would never do it again. So, anyways, I had to think of why I told you guys that, because I'm looking at flowers, and yeah. So, anywho, so we didn't even look at the house before we moved in. His dad was like, yeah, it's a decent looking place. And we're like, okay, cool. And we just moved in. I mean, there was no questions asked. We had nowhere else to go. So that's what we did. And 3 months in, it's like the whole place is falling apart. And I'm very confused as to what's happening right now. Because the last place we lived in there for, oh gosh, 4 years. And I think the worst problem we had is that, of course, the toilet leaked, but that was because one of the bolts underneath was rusting or something, and then it cracked the porcelain, so it was like a minor drip. And the guy's like, oh yeah, we'll just replace the whole toilet. We won't even mess with it. Because he tried replacing the bolts, but because the porcelain in the tank was cracked, he's like, forget it. We'll just replace the whole thing. So that was like, bam, done, I don't even know what happened out here. We had 3 plumbers. Nobody knows what happened. I don't know. But anyways, and we lived there for 4 years. We had the garbage disposal go out on us, and I think that was it. So a toilet problem and a garbage disposal problem. Oh, we had a dishwasher problem. Dishwasher kept flooding up or something. But I mean, in 4 years, it's really not bad, 4 years. I thought that was a pretty awesome record. 3 months we've lived here. 3 months. The whole house is falling apart. And I swear we're really not bad renters. I promise we're not. Just seems to be our luck lately. So, the new year is a-coming. And I'm hoping that next year is going to be a good year. I have to think positive about it, and I have to stay, I have to stay positive. Next year is going to be a good year, and we are definitely going to look for a different place come, July of next year, because I want to be able to sell things and not have to panic about whether or not my landlord is going to show up and go, well, you sold something out of the house and you did it on eBay and that's still considered a business, so you're out of here. You know what I mean? I don't want to have that. Y'all remember we talked about me having that guilt. You guys remember that? Me and my guilty conscience where I can't sleep at night? Yeah. So I'm scared to, have someone go, oh, I like that. I'm like, yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I'm going to keep it. Because can't make any extra money right now. Even though my family needs it, can't do it. Because I won't be able to sleep. I seriously would not be able to sleep at night. Do I like that there? What do you think? I just stuck that big old leaf on there. I don't know. I'm going flower crazy right now. Last time I was all, bead crazy. Not in this section over here is naked. It's very naked, and I don't like it. I don't know why I just did that. Because I just get to rambling and talking, and you know what? I'm just going to stick that down right there. It looks good. So, But you know, this time next year I'll be able to do videos all day long because I will be home all by myself. And it will be very lonely. Scarlett is so excited. And that little girl is smart. She is one smart cookie. And I don't mean like book smart. I mean like smart mouth smart. Totally other word that I could have used for that. I didn't. I'm trying to behave. But I could have. She, oh, what did we talk about yesterday? Told her, you need to be on your best behavior because we're going to go trick-or-treating. And if you want candy when we're done, you need to be good. And she looked at me dead in the face, didn't miss a beat, and goes, I'll have to think about that. What? Are you serious right now? Did you just say what I think you said? And she's like, yeah, I'll get back to you on that. And she walked away. I died laughing. I didn't know what to say to her. I'm like, you know what? Kudos to you. You just shut me up because I don't even know how to respond to that. I got nothing. I got nothing. Or the other day she found my plastic Easter eggs. And I was explaining to her, I'm like, you know, sometimes Easter Bunny runs out of eggs and he needs to make sure all moms have backups. Those are my backups. Don't touch them. The Easter Bunny might need them. And she looks at me and puts her hand on her hip, and I wish I would have recorded it. And she goes, Mom, the Easter Bunny paints all of his eggs. He doesn't need these. And she walked away, and I'm just like, I don't know how to respond to that. So I'm just not gonna. You're completely right. I am totally wrong, and you have a nice day. I didn't know what to say to her. Just like, who taught you this stuff? Because it wasn't me. I don't know where she gets this stuff from. It just cracks me up, though. And she, like I said, man, she is quick and doesn't miss a beat. And I have to remind myself that she's only 4. Dude, I'm in a lot of trouble when she gets older. Or like little Brody, the little boy that I babysit, he is like so in love with Scarlett. And he tells her all the time, he goes, Scarlett, I love you. And he's 3. And she's like, yeah, I know. Really? Wow. Like, you know, I am totally okay with it. You keep that attitude, girl. Go ahead. Because I tell you what, no boy's going to mess with you when you get older. You'll put them right in their spot. And I am so okay with that. It's just so funny to me how she, like, the little girl's got an attitude, man. Told Jason, I'm like, you need to go put her in check before she gets out of control. He's like, wait a minute, that's all you. I'm like, oh, that's right. Because my mom tells me all the time that that's exactly how I was. I was very protective of my family and very, you know, defensive, and you didn't come near me or my family unless I gave you permission to do so, or I would rip your face off, apparently. I don't know. I don't think I was that bad. According to my parents, I was, and I'm just going to have to take their word on it. Okay, I'm just going to start digging in. Sorry for all the noise. I just stabbed myself with a wire. That should not be in there. I'm just going to start picking up pieces because I don't know what I want in here. Not a clue. I didn't realize I wanted that many flowers in there. Apparently I did. And I'm running out of glue. Just stick that bad boy right there. Don't trip. Don't do it. Okay, let me get this. Oh, strings. So, that reminds me. I'm attacked by glue strings right now. We were walking through this, these people, like, decorated their, front patio, and they have, like, a covered patio. So you have to walk up to it to get to it. And, they had this little post right in front, and you had to ring the bell, and this little spider would, like, come out and snap your finger. Not hard, but just, like, you know, enough to jolt you and scare you. And scared the bejabbers out of my husband. It was so funny. He's like, Jonah, come here. Stick your finger up there. My son's like, yeah, no, I'm good. No, you do it. Okay, I'm gonna keep walking. This house is too creepy. And Jason's like, wait a minute, aren't you gonna come up here and get candy? He's like, no, I'm good. Look, the next one's got lights on it. That one's pretty. Let's go to that one. Like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, I don't like that one. So you end up walking up, and the guy was so nice. He could tell that, Jonah was freaked out. Scarlett was, like, pushing him up there. She's like, just go. It's fine. It's Halloween. You're supposed to get scared. And Jonah's like, yeah, no, I'm good. She's like, you won't walk up there? Jonah's like, no. And she's like, but it's for candy. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm okay. So Scarlett just walked up there. She had, like, no issues about it. That little girl's not afraid of anything, I don't think. It might startle her, but I don't think she's afraid of it. Does that make sense? I tell you what, man, that girl is going to be my holy jabbers kid. Okay, here's my question, because I haven't asked one of those in a while. Are you guys ready? What is your favorite type of adhesive for things like this? Because I don't think I should have to use E6000 every time, but hot glue doesn't work. So, that's my question this week. Because I have not been asking a question, I don't think, in the last couple of weeks, actually. So, there's my question. Oh. No, no. Oh! That is so not cool. My E6000 is, like, leaking, and I just stuck my finger in all of it. And it's very stringy. But I was told it's, like, the best of the best, so that's why I use it. Of course. But I want to know if there's anything else I can use. Do I like that wing coming up out of there? Is my face totally in the way? I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. I never know because I never look. I just stick my head in the way. You guys can see through me later. Okay, and then I will try to leave that alone because I know I don't think I want to paint that. I might. I don't know yet. I don't know. I kind of like it as is, though. There's no way I'm running out of pieces. What is all this? This must be like my bling pieces. Kind of like that heart. Kind of like the heart. Hot glue is like my favorite thing except for right now because, we all know my hot glue gun issues. But it is still my favorite. I just wished it worked for everything, not just certain things. Does that make sense? And I have zero patience. Like, zero. Which is bad. I should have way more patience than what I have. But I have zero patience when it comes to waiting. I want to keep going. I don't want to wait. I want you to dry, and I want you to dry now, except for when I don't want you to. Does that make sense? Does anybody else feel that way? I know somebody out there feels that way. And I have been like, if you guys haven't checked out Crafting Erica here on YouTube, I've been like addicted to her videos because, oh my goodness, she sounds like me. And it cracks me up. Josie does too, though. Josie sounds a lot like me when she's crafting too. Or I should say I sound a lot like her because she's probably been crafting a lot longer than I have. And I'm still new, so. Yeah, you ladies crack me up. They remind me that it's okay to be random. Because they are too. And it's so weird because I don't know what type of video I like more. Like, there are certain people that I watch that are just like, yep, here it is. This is how I did it. We're done. And I'm like, that was cool. I like those videos. And then I have, people that I watch, like Kimbo's Creations. I love her videos. She does mostly haul videos. Or, every now and then I'll see her do a project video. But I love all of her videos. I just think she's so funny because she's so random. You never know what you get when you're watching Kimbo. Just saying. But I love that about her. I feel really bad because I don't know who keeps thumb downing her, but I love how she just makes a joke out of it. She's like, oh, there's a thumbs down, my bad. Really, Kim? And you know what's sad is 9 times out of 10 she's right. Because you'll look at her little thing and you'll see 1 thumbs down. She's like, oh, crinkle the bag. That's it. Another thumbs down, I'm done. Like, it's sad, but at the same time it's really funny. You know, I love how she makes a joke out of it. She totally doesn't care, and she's like, it is what it is. I idolize that about her, you know? She just seems like such a sweet person. I would love it if she were my kid's teacher. I don't know what grade she teaches, but she has mentioned numerous times that she is a teacher, and she loves her job, and I would, yeah. She just seems like she'd be so much fun. She does all these little crafts and decorations for her classroom, and she does these amazing, like, baby album books, which she did a project share today, and I have no idea what she's talking about. She was talking about these calendars that you can buy at Hobby Lobby. If anybody knows what they are, let me know, because I didn't know they did that. I mean, obviously they might sell a calendar, but I didn't know that they sold a calendar that you could make your own calendar with. Does that make sense? Anywho, I thought it was really cool. So she starts it off with, you know, the month that the baby is born, and then proceeds from there. And again, simplest idea, I'd have never thought of that. I'd have been like, alright, here's January. You're just going to have to start wherever the baby's born and work your way around. Because that's just how I roll. Which Jason's, I guess, stepbrother by marriage is expecting his first baby. And so I crocheted him a little... Oh, I should have showed it to you guys before I sent it with my father-in-law to go take it to him. But it was a little, like, corduroy pants, and had pockets on the sides and little twisty tie in the front. It's actually really cute. I was really proud of myself. And then I crocheted him a little sweater vest with the little tie. And the little tie had a little clip on it. It was so cute. And the thing is like, I think this is another reason why I'm kind of a one and done type of crafter. I can never do the same thing twice. Ever. It never comes out the same way. I do the exact same steps, the exact same notion, exact same motion. Never comes out the same. Can't do it. Cannot be done by me. I don't know why. It drives me crazy. It's like with my, whatchamacallums. Those things. Somebody call it out. That one thing that the lady wanted. Doilies. It's driving me bonkers. I'm trying to make the doilies, but I keep coming up with different sizes, and it's getting frustrating. So, I'm sorry. Is it Rose? I think it's Rosa or Rosie. I think I said Rosie last time and I was wrong. I think it's Rosa. I don't know your last name, and I don't want to say your last name anyway, but I haven't forgotten. I just have to figure out how I'm going to get them uniformed. I'm still working on that. Oh, totally just touched the tip of my finger. I hate it when I do that. I don't realize that I've touched the tip of my finger until after the glue gun has already left my finger, and it's burning. There's a burning sensation. And I think I'm going to stick that one there. So, you guys remember the very first one I did? That my husband didn't want me to give away? I get to give it away now. It's not big enough for the wall that we have, because the wall we have is massive. So, he wants me to make a bigger one. So, I'm going to make a bigger one. That's what I'm going to do. That's what he wants. That's what he shall get. So, we got a 16 by 20. I think it was canvas. I could be wrong. Could be way off. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, though. I'm kind of freaked out. Not going to lie. A little freaked out by it. Where's my book at? This way? Oh, oh, oh. Not gonna lie, I'm a little freaked out by it. It's big. I've gessoed it. It's as far as I've gotten. Like, yeah, that's good. That's a good start. I'm good with you right there. Don't move. So yeah. That is what hubby wants. That is what hubby chum gets. I don't know how well it's going to work, but, you know, I'll give it a shot. I'll try. I may not be very good at it, but I will try it. I kind of like these little red ones. Are there any more of those in there? I know I have millions of them. I bought them from, where did I? Panda Hall, I think it's called. It's a store in China or something. They were doing this, like, huge, massive, we want to get rid of everything sale. So I think I bought 300 of them for, like, $2. Really? The only thing that confuses me is when they tell you, oh, it's by gram. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what that means. Tell me how many pieces. Like, Becky brought up a very valid point. Why can't you just tell me how many pieces are in the bag of candy that I just bought? Don't tell me how many ounces are in there. Tell me how many mini bags are in there. You know what I mean? That way you can pre-plan a little bit better. Because she was doing something really cute. She took sheets and cut them up, sheets of stickers, and cut them up for the kids and stuck them in the little bags. I kind of like that one, but I don't know where I want it. Yeah, that's good. But anyway, she was like, you know, filling up these little bags that she got. And I think she said from Dollar General or something. I could be way wrong. I probably am. But, you know, she was putting the stickers in there and filling them up and throwing some candy in there. And she made a very valid point. She's like, how come you can't just tell me how many pieces are in there? And you know what? She brought up another valid point. And I have been sitting here thinking about it going, shaking my head going, she's absolutely right. She was talking about these trunk or treats. You know, these places that, oh, bring your kid to us and they can just walk around and pick up candy from everybody's car. Oh, that's awesome. It's all in one place and everyone's safe and that's great. But you're teaching your children that it's okay to take people, you know, candy from people in a vehicle. And no, it's not what I want to teach my kids. I want to teach my kids to run. Run like crazy. If some man tells you, you know, here, I've got candy for you. You want some? Because if that's the case, kids are going to go missing during Halloween because we don't know what's going to happen. You know, because there's psychos out there. Ugh, it just gives me the heebie-jeebies thinking about it. Anyways, okay, positive note. Woo! So, yeah, she brought up that point, and I'm like, oh my gosh, totally didn't think about that. It's crazy. So not okay. Let's not do that. So, this week has been kind of a bad week. Not for me, per se, just for our city in general. We had 2 police officers killed at 2 totally different times. One was on... My days are all blurred together. You'll have to forgive me. I might be completely wrong. I believe one was on Thursday and the other one was on Monday or Tuesday. And the gentleman on Monday was, I believe, on his way to work. And he was on his motorcycle. And in Arizona, they have there's, you know, no helmet law, which I think is very bizarre to me. Because in Vegas, there is a helmet law. You have to wear a helmet or you get off the bike. But I guess out here, there is no helmet law. And, you know, he was a officer. Like I said, I think he was on his way to work. And he got killed, and he was wearing a helmet. He was on his personal motorcycle. And my heart goes to him and his family. I believe he has 3 or 4 children. His youngest one's only like a few months old, if I remember the story right. And see, this is why I don't watch the news, because that just breaks my heart. So close to the holidays, you know, to lose your dad, your best friend, your husband, your brother, your son, whatever he may have been to whomever he was. You know, he was apparently a very active officer in our community, and again, we just moved here, so we don't really know anyone, but we actually found out not through the news, but through my children's school. They sent every parent in the Gilbert district an email to inform us that they were doing a memorial service for him and his family, and that, they were doing donations and things like that, and I was just like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. Well, then, like I said, a few days later, an officer who was actually, on duty was sitting at a stoplight, and a drunk driver came up and rear-ended him and ended his life. And I just, ugh. See, and it was crazy because, and the reason why I brought that up is because my husband was talking about the second story. I was talking about the first story, not realizing the second story had happened, and my husband didn't know that the first story had happened. We are so bad when it comes to watching the news. We might catch a glimpse of it here and there, but for the most part, that's one thing my husband and I do not do. We don't watch the news. It was to the point where, in Las Vegas, they actually had a 1-hour segment where it had to be all positive news. Positive news that was happening in the valley. Because it's just so sad how it's just, everything's become so negative. No matter where you look, no matter where you go, it's just negative information. So no, Josie, I was thinking about you when you were talking about your video a few videos ago. You are definitely not alone when it comes to not watching the news. And again, I know it's there to keep us safe, and I know it's there to make us aware of things that are going on in our world, but sometimes it's just nice to close the door, and those who are in the position to take care of it, that are supposed to take care of it, I have to put my faith in them. There are a few people that I do not like, but I don't do the whole politics thing. So that's just my choice. But, I have to put my faith in them that they obviously are there for a reason. They know a lot more than I do. So I put my faith in them that we're okay. And I don't know. I pray for the two families that were very destroyed this week, because I know that both of them were fathers and apparently very good men. Just hard. It's just insane to me that 2 in 1 week is just crazy. And both of them were on motorcycles. That's the worst part. So I'm kind of hoping it opens. Not that, and the crazy thing is both of them were wearing a helmet. I'm kind of hoping that opens up someone's eyes to go, maybe everyone should wear a helmet. Because unfortunately, it didn't save their lives. The one officer who was killed by the drunk driver was hit so hard that he was stopped at the intersection, and he flew across and ended up on the other side of the intersection. That's how hard he was hit. And I pray that guy gets everything he deserves, because he apparently had his 11-month-old baby in the backseat. The drunk driver did. And so I have shared with all of you that may remember or may have paid attention that I lost my ex-husband's father to a drunk driver. And he was like a father to me, and I take drunk driving very seriously. If there's anything I can do, and all of my friends know, I don't care what time it is. If you are drunk, you don't drive. End of story. The second that beer hits your lip, stop. Give your keys to somebody. It's perfectly okay to go out and have a good time and get drunk to the point where you're hungover the next day, if that's what you want to do. I have no judgment at all, to each his own. I'm allergic to alcohol, so I will never know what that feels like. I'm okay with that, though, because, you don't miss what you never had. So I have always been okay with being the designated driver. I think that, I'm allergic to alcohol for a reason. And that reasoning is to be the designated driver. I'm okay with that. So, like I said, all my friends know that, don't go anywhere. Just, if I don't answer because I'm sleeping, you just keep calling me until I do. I will come get you. I do not want to lose another person to drunk driving. Ever. And I don't ever want, you know, my friend or somebody that I love and care about to be the one sitting, you know, on the bench because they took someone's life. When all they had to do was call, you know? Because then it turns into that what if game. What if I had gone with them? What if I had called to check in on them? You know what I mean? And that game is so not fun to play. Because unfortunately, we played that game for years with, and his name is Jay, my ex-father-in-law who passed away. Just kind of funny because my husband now, we all call him Jay. And he has a really good heart, like my father-in-law did. So he reminds me a lot of him. But anywho. Yeah, I had a thought to that, and it totally just disappeared. I just started thinking about Jay. Not Jason, Jay. Sorry. We just celebrated his 7 years, and talked to him and told him that whatever thundercloud of luck that he's got on my high end right now, he needs to take it, because I'm done with it now. He needs to go share it with someone else. So, because we used to joke about that all the time, how, you know, if you have a stretch of bad luck, it's because someone upstairs is thinking you have forgotten about them, so they want you to pay attention. That was Pops' theory anyway. He's like, because he used to tell me all the time, you know, when I go, I'm going to strike you with a lightning bolt if you forget about me. And I'm like, really? You would, wouldn't you? He's like, you're right, I would. You better not ever forget about me. I'm like, all right, Pops, I won't. So, I don't know if he thinks I forgot about him, but he's definitely not forgotten. So that little lightning bolt you got needs to go. Because my tranny quit. Not my tranny. My, what is that thing called? Heater hose, like, died. My husband tried to fix that. Now there's a leak in my transmission from the same van that was in a shop for a month, the month I got married. And thank goodness hubby fixed that, because now the tire wall is split on my other vehicle, so I'm still down to one vehicle, just when I thought I was so close to getting my car back. Anyways, this is as far as we're going to get, because I jibber jabber a lot and talk a lot. This is where we're at, just throwing pieces down and playing. I'm sure, as you guys can see, I don't really think when I do these canvases. That's like the best part for me. That I don't think. I know that this flower right here is my main focus point. I bought a ton of these when they were on clearance, knowing that I wanted them to be my focus point. So I have a focus point, and I just start talking, and I just start piecing, and next thing you know, I'm done. So I'm so excited that some of you have mentioned about, you know, trying. I don't know how else to say it. Just go for it. Go for it. We want to see pictures, and I will definitely give shout outs, and, you know, I'm so excited. I think that the more people we can get into the crafty community, the more we can learn from each other. And like I told you guys last week, I'm a kid in a candy store. The second one of you guys mentions that, hey, I'm thinking, I'm like, yes, I'm your backup. Let's do it. We'll do it together. We'll figure it out. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I hope you guys all have a crafty week, and if I don't have little Mr. Brody, possibly I will do a video. And I feel bad because I keep saying that, but I haven't been able to because I don't find out until the morning of whether or not Brody's coming. Like 10 minutes before I'm supposed to get him. So, anywho, I'm at an hour and 5 minutes because that's just what I do, apparently. Hopefully you guys have hung in here and not, you know, clicked out an hour ago. And had some fun, and enjoy the chit-chat, and yeah, so thanks so much for hanging out with me. It's awesome. I love each and every one of you. You guys are all amazing, and I can't wait to go watch more of your videos and get more inspiration from you guys. So, yeah, thanks again, and I will see you next week, maybe sooner. We'll see how it goes. Bye, guys.